Hey guys, welcome back. It's Deedsy. How's everyone doing today? Today's video is going to be a little bit different. We are answering a challenge that went out from Swing Away Sportscards. He wanted to see what everyone's 2022 fantasy baseball dream teams would kind of look like. There's the hashtag if you want to join. To join, just make sure you put your team together, pick out your number one pick, and then he also wanted you to refer 3 other channels that are under 200 or less subscribers. So if you haven't yet, obviously, check out Swing Away Sportscards channel. He's got a good channel there. Tons of baseball videos, just lots of great content there. Good member of the community. So definitely go check his out and submit your team. I think if you get it done by March 7th. For my 3 shout-outs, I want to start out with number 1, and that is going to be Retro Baseball Junk Wax. I love his channel. It's so fun to watch. It was one of the first channels I actually, I think, followed on YouTube. He just opens up a bunch of retro cards from, kind of like early 90s, late 80s, anything retro, essentially, the junk wax, obviously, era. A lot of cards we opened when we were kids. It's just fun to see him pull, cards of these Hall of Famers when they were in their younger years. So it's pretty cool to watch. He's just about to hit 100 subscribers. So he may have hit it already before this video came out, but if he hasn't, give him a sub, help him get out there, get to that 100 mark. And he's definitely an active guy in the community, always on everyone's channel. So definitely check him out if you have not yet. He puts out quite a few videos every week. So if you love the junk wax stuff, definitely go check it out. My number 2 on my subscribers under 200 is going to be Neo the One 416. He's got about 40 subs right now. Last I checked, it could be different after this video, obviously. Great member of the community. He's always on everyone's pages, putting comments out there. A lot of great information. He does do basketball, baseball, and football. So if you're not into just baseball, you've got a variety of sports to check in with him. He's posting about every 5 days. But, he should definitely be up higher than 40. So let's give him some subs for sure. It's a good channel right there. And my number 3 is going to be CardWolf. And he does a lot of sports as well. You're going to see basketball, baseball, football, hockey, just a variety of stuff on his channel. He's around 125-ish subs right now. Definitely could use more. Get him over that 200 mark would be awesome. He's got some great content. I really love watching his channel because he just has a lot of, he's really analytical and just kind of talks about the cards different than everybody else does. So I just really enjoy his perspective on the hobby and the cards and things that he rips open. So check out these 3 channels, guys. Just gonna roll those out so you can check them out real fast. Check out these 4 channels, actually. 1 for the contest and then just 3 others that need some subs. Get out there, give them some love, guys. I know they would definitely appreciate it. Now we'll get to my cards. And I had a hard time picking my number 1 pick. I did do my draft order. I just didn't pick the best guy from every position. I went through and just kind of picked if I got selected first and I picked, could I get this team? I may be stretching it a little bit, but I think it's potentially possible. I had a really hard time picking my number 1 pick. I change my number 1 pick like every year, I feel like. So this year I went with Juan Soto. I think he's just all-around an awesome player. I feel like he is going to be the next Mike Trout of his generation. The dude is just awesome. He can hit the home runs. He brings in the runs. His batting average as well. I mean, he's just all-around a great player. He's had a couple minor little injuries, but overall, he puts together great seasons. And even the season he doesn't play the whole year, he still puts up monster numbers. This is my 2018 Topps Update PSA 10. Which I bought this card because I was like, you know what? I just got to have one of his cards because it's just a great card. And he is going to be a fantastic player. So there's the back, the US 300. If you are a Soto fan at all, I would say you definitely should get one. I definitely think that the Nationals were in a better position with him as their kind of captain versus Harper. Not knocking Harper at all, but I definitely think Soto was a better player to invest their money into. So hopefully he gets a major contract extension. We'll see what happens with him. But he is my number 1 pick, and we're going to put him in the outfield there. Hopefully we can see him all in there. My number 2 is a personal favorite, and he has been pretty good the past couple years. Mitch Haniger. He's had great seasons. He didn't have the best of luck when he had a couple injuries there during the COVID time. He had a few injuries, but the year before COVID, and then this year last year he was killing it. Put up great numbers, a team leader. He wants to take the Mariners, to the playoffs. I cannot wait to see what they do. This team is definitely growing and getting awesome. This is his card on the Brewers. It's his rookie card refractor. It's a card you don't see very often, but it's just kind of a cool card. I was happy to have it. So he's my other outfield pick. He's not my number 2 pick. I'll come to that one later on. Here's my third outfielder, Mike Yastrzemski. He definitely puts up, good numbers. He's consistent. He's not one of my top 5 picks, but I had to shift, a couple of outfielders down the line to basically get him on there. So I draft him pretty regularly, actually, and he puts up pretty good numbers. Last year he started off kind of cool, but then ended the season pretty well. This is his 2015 Bowman Chrome Prospects, I think it is, yeah. Number 25, this is number 3 of 25 of these orange autos. So I love this card. It looks really cool. It's a little off-centered, unfortunately, so I'm not going to bother getting it graded, but still a great card, and I think he would be having a good year this year for the Giants. This was my other choice for possibly number 1. Just because he did so well last year, I think that there's just more great things to come from Vlad Jr. He is my first baseman pick this year. He just put up monster numbers. If Ohtani wasn't a pitcher and a hitter, I think that Vlad would have had the MVP for sure. A lot of people would probably argue that, but I think he's just got great stuff to come. Ever since he played in the home run derby, we just went crazy with home runs. I've just been like, this guy is going to be awesome. His dad was a great player, could hit anything. I just feel like he is going to be, just as good. Obviously, I think he's going to be better. This is his rookie card, 2016 Bowman Chrome Auto. It's a pretty sweet card, but that's my first baseman right there. My second baseman is going to be Brandon Lowe for the Rays. I feel like he's such an underrated player, and he does so well every year. He's usually putting up around 30-ish in the home runs. Batting average, it's not as high as you want it to be, but overall, he's just a consistent good player, and he puts up a lot of good fantasy numbers. This is his Topps Chrome. I think it's the 2019 Gem Mint 10 Auto. I got this thing for a great deal, too, actually. I was pretty happy that I got this card of his. But I definitely think that he's going to have another great year this year. I think that the Rays, with all the young talent coming in, I just think he's just going to be set up for success. So he's been consistent every year. He's rarely injured. So he is my second baseman. I'm going to jump over to shortstop. We'll come to third next. Just to go in order, here he is, Corey Seager. He's not on the Dodgers anymore. He's on the Rangers. I draft Corey Seager like almost every year just because he always puts up consistent numbers, except for last year when he got injured for the first half of the year, and that burned me pretty bad. But overall, he does really well. He's got 10 years left in Texas, so we'll see how that goes. They're getting a lot of guys around him, so I think that there's a chance. I don't really like that because I'm a Mariners fan. I'd rather have Texas not do that great. So, but I think Corey is going to have another fantastic season for years to come. This is his 2012 Bowman Chrome Draft. It's a BGS 9.5. There's the back. If you want to check that one out. He's my shortstop. My third baseman. A lot of you have already seen this card because I just pulled it, but I got high hopes for Wander Franco. I've drafted him every year, which sounds weird because he hasn't had a lot of years. But in my league, we always have it where you have one slot for basically a non-active player. And that's who I picked the first year he came available on a draft sheet, just because I had high hopes for him. So this is the 2022 Topps, I guess silver blue, I guess you want to call it. These are numbered to 150. I love this card. It is pretty awesome. Pretty stoked to have it. I think he's going to be awesome. Again, Rays team is going to be stacked. I think they're going to definitely give the Yankees and Red Sox a run for the money this year. They've just got good players, exciting young players as well. I think they're just going to be awesome. This guy is definitely the future of the franchise for sure. So that's my third baseman. My utility or extra slot you get for just another random hitter. I'm probably going to regret this, but I'm going to go with Gleyber Torres. I drafted him. But the 1 year he went off, he hit like 25 home runs against the Orioles or something like that. And he just got me tons of fantasy points. Past couple years, he has not so much. But I'm just waiting for him to have a breakout year again. I mean, the guy's got talent. He's really good. The fact that he hasn't yet the past couple years just surprised me. So I think maybe this year could be his breakout year. It needs to be. The Yankees definitely need him to step it up for sure. This is his 2015 Bowman Chrome autograph rookie card when he's on the Cubs. Didn't last long to the Cubs. Yankees pretty quick. There's the back of the card there. But yeah, I do love that card. And I got high hopes for him. I hope he does well. And so we're going to go to the catcher. And this is another Mariner favorite. Mike Zunino. He's not going to bat anywhere near 300. But for a catcher, I mean, that's not too common, I guess. He's put up some pretty good home run numbers, though, and good RBIs. Again, he's on the Rays. I've got a lot of Rays guys on here. This is my third one. I just think that their team's going to be good this year. They've just got a lot they're building around. He's a seasoned catcher. He's really good. I loved him in Seattle. He was fun to watch. And I just think that he's going to help bring some, I guess, veteran leadership to that pitching staff from the catcher's box. So I don't know. That's kind of what I'm looking for. See what he does. There's the back of the card. I hope he has another good year. Mariners drafted him, I think, number 3 back in the day. So I'm hoping that he has another good year just because I want to see him do well. My number 1 pitcher, I've got a stack of pitchers because we do a lot of pitchers, but this is going to be my top pitcher this year. And I pick Scherzer first a lot. He throws a lot of strikeouts, and the guy is just tough. He's going to play injured. He got hit in the face with that ball one time, still came out there and was throwing games. I mean, the guy does not want to sit out. He wants to win championships. He's just a beast out there. So I love Scherzer. This is card. I have hardly any pitcher cards, so I save them for last because I have a lot of exciting cards for pitchers. This is like a Don Ross. I don't know what. 2015? It is numbered. Somewhere on this. It's so shiny, it's hard to tell. There, you can barely catch it right there in the light. Yeah, number to 252. Scherzer. He's going to keep throwing strikeouts. I know he's getting up there in age, but he's on the Mets now, and he's got not all the weight on his shoulders because he's got DeGrom to back him up. So I think the Mets are going to be good this year. He's going to be a big part of it. So we'll see what happens. But there's my first pick for pitcher. That's going to be my ace, Max Scherzer. And then I've got a couple more pitchers I'll just lay out that I'm going to basically kind of pick to go, I think, in order after him. And that's going to be Lucas Giolito, my second pitcher. He's been good the past few years, throwing lots of strikeouts. The White Sox got another team that's awesome, a bunch of young talent, guys that are just really good. Their pitching is good and just getting better. He's my favorite guy on their team. I've drafted him on his breakout year, and it really paid off well for me. No, I didn't draft him. Never mind. Someone dropped him, and I picked him up like in the first month. It was pretty great. This is his 2013 Bowman Chrome Prospects Blue auto. There's the back for you. It is numbered to 150, and that's just a pretty sweet card. But I think that they're going to do really well this year, the White Sox as well. So see what happens. Kind of lay those out like that. Here's my third pick on pitcher. Again, like I said, I have no good pitcher cards. So here's a Freddy Peralta. He was amazing last year for the Brewers. And you got to think they've got Woodruff and Corbin Burns on the team. And I think that he was just as good. I had drafted him really late last year, and it was actually a pretty sneaky pick because he was a reliever prior, and people didn't really expect much out of him. But he was great last year. So I'm hoping for a repeat this year. Again, this isn't a very exciting card. It's a 2021 Topps Freddy Peralta, but he's definitely a great pitcher. Number 3, I've got another Brewer because I feel like he doesn't get as much notice because of Corbin Burns and potentially Peralta. Brandon Woodruff, he throws a lot of strikeouts, eats up a lot of innings every year. He's been consistent for at least 4 years now in fantasy drafts. So he's definitely a guy as well that I like. Again, I have a lot of good pitcher cards. This is a 2021 Prism, just a base card, nothing fancy. But, you know, he's going to get you a lot of fantasy points as well. So he's a guy I'd be looking at also. This guy here barely got to play, and he was injured and missed the season. I'm really excited to see what Sixto Sanchez can do. I think he's got great stuff. He's going to be hopefully just as good before he got injured. You know, sometimes he'll come back from injury and it's just not quite the same. I hope that's not the case for him. This is his 2019. This is his Bowman draft auto. No, that's not the draft because it's numbered. This is the Bowman Chrome one, numbered to 499. I actually have a lot of good Sixto Sanchez cards, surprisingly. I've got tons of random refractors, but this is the easiest one to grab. So I think he's going to do well. I think the Marlins have great pitchers. I didn't pick him, but Sandy Alcantara is actually a really good pitcher as well. I think the Marlins are going to have some good pitchers if you're picking up the team overall. I don't know if they're going to get it done or not, but the pitching is there, I think. It's young pitchers. So, which brings me to my next pitcher, which is another Marlins pitcher, and that's going to be Trevor Rogers. This is a Topps Heritage 2001 reprint, basically, of that set the 50th year of Topps. We are now in the 70th year. Trevor Rogers, just as good as the other guys I mentioned, Alcantara and Sixto Sanchez. I don't think you could go wrong drafting any of these three. And I don't think they're all going to draft very high. So you can pick up any of them pretty low, I feel like. But Rogers had a great year last year. I'm just expecting even more great stuff from him. So yeah, I got a lot of Marlins. I got a lot of Rays. And I've got another Ray right here, and that is my last pitcher, Shane Baze. He pitched like 3 games last year before he hit the playoffs. Dude was awesome. Threw tons of strikeouts. I mean, he was just dominant for like 3 games. Then went to the playoffs and did, you know, pretty well for basically barely playing any games at all. I think he's going to be great this year. He was a really late pickup last year. I don't know how soon he'll go up this year, but I think he's going to be a good one. This is a 2021 Scouts 100, top 100. So, Shane Baze, watch out for him. That's my pitching rotation there. If I can get him in the focus there, if you can see that. My one last picture, like my last player, like I said, we always do a not active player pickup. And this is probably an obvious, but I'm going with Julio Rodriguez. This is his 2019 Bowman Chrome rookie card. I think he's going to be just right behind Wander Franco. Just going to be just amazing. Ready for him and Kelenic to basically go crazy and just crush it for the Mariners. As more and more prospects come up, I think we just got a good chance we're going to finally make the playoffs. It's been since like 2001 since the Mariners made the playoffs. So, I mean, we're very overdue. We have like the longest drought now, I think, in baseball history. Not history, but basically current drought of not making the playoffs. I don't know about all sports, but baseball, we are the losers there, unfortunately. But yeah, Julio Rodriguez, there's the back of the card. I think he's going to be amazing this year. He's definitely going to call up. It's just a matter of when. Of course, it doesn't matter if the season starts. Apparently, they're making a decision here. This video is they could make a decision by the time this thing airs, but I don't know. We'll see. But there is my last player right there. If you guys can see them all, I'm not going to go through them again. I'll back it out so you can get a check of them all. There's my 2022 projected, possible fantasy draft. You might be able to pull it off. Vlad and Soto, you might not be able to get those guys in the first and second round. But, I couldn't make up my mind, so I had to pick one or the other. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. Again, if you guys check out the channels, I got to put this camera back down to show them. You've already seen them all. But check out the channels I put out there earlier. Give them all some subs. Give them some love. They're all great channels. I love watching them. And also, we are doing our 100 subscriber giveaway. Once we do hit 100, we're giving a box of 2022 Topps Blaster, which I didn't grab one, but you've seen it in the other videos. So that is it, guys. Appreciate you watching. excited to see what everyone else has. Need some tips. So who you guys drafting this year? I'd like to know, because I got some fantasy games to win. So until next time, guys, keep on ripping.